这门艺术让我觉得我重获新生。
And it's such a beautiful way to relieve the stress from academic work.
Dancing is a language, an emotional expression in its rawest sense.
Press me up against your lips, let me feel.
I often wonder, if I wasn't in academia, what would my life be like? Would I be a dancer? My name is Ai, born and raised in southern China. 8 years ago, I came to the west coast of the US for graduate study. I currently live in the Triangle area at North Carolina, pursuing a PhD in quantitative psychology and a master's in statistics. I love dancing since a young age. I was a jumpy kid. At 6 years old, I begged my mom to send me to the ballet school. But that was a pretty short experience, and I stopped the training right before I studied school. So I never really aimed to become a professional ballerina. During middle and high school, I always tried to find ways to learn some traditional Chinese dancing from TV shows. It wasn't until college that I received some training in Oriental dance, belly dance, and tango. And I taught as a part-time dance teacher at some local studios. After I moved to LA, life in California is definitely diverse. That is when I got to try some pole dancing, lyrics, and I made some very cool friends of different backgrounds. To me, dance is a language. It is an emotional expression in its rawest sense. Your moves, your jumps, eye gaze are part of what your body wants to communicate with yourself and your audience. There is no barrier in dancing, and anyone can understand it. Also, dancing is perhaps the least political that I can ever imagine. Dancing connects me with other people. After I moved to North Carolina, I got to know Hua Hua through a party. She's absolutely the social queen of the Triangle, and she had ever since invited me to different dancing events. That is what dance brought to me, to open up the doors to meet people who share the same interests. I got to perform in a way that I never thought I would be, to kind of represent our Chinese culture and to show that Chinese young ladies from academia are also smart, graceful, and elegant. Through dancing, I learned many life lessons. For one thing, dance is a fair business. The more you want your moves look effortless, the more effort you're gonna put into it. And that's kind of the basic principle of life, a merit-based rewarding system. The other thing dancing has taught me is to understand your body and mind. Your body is never a constant thing, just like anything else in your world. On a given day, you might feel really good. You can jump high, stretch long without a problem. On another day, you feel so crappy that you're just not even able to do anything simple. And you feel frustrated, of course. Not to mention that a dancer, like everyone else, cannot escape the natural process of aging. What the slowdown of your body brings to you. Especially, I'm the type of person who is always very critical about myself, and I often struggle to accept the imperfections of mine. But whenever the music is on, I just start my moves, and the techniques become less important. The fact that I cannot always do the same thing in the same way doesn't mean I cannot still appreciate the joy it brings to me. Dance has literally taught me to be tolerant about my body and mind and always be open to adjust to change, even in the lowest point. You know, you're just gonna accept the way it is. There are certain stereotypes of the society, like I've heard it all the time that you either be a math person or an artist. And those opinions got pretty bad, particularly for minorities or women, like women PhDs or women in STEM, who are often considered as nerdy. But to me, it is kind of funny because I never thought these kind of things are necessarily conflicting. And we all know that's untrue, both scientifically or anecdotally. Anyone should have the freedom to have multiple identities, like you can be a teacher, a mom, and a volleyball player if you want. There shouldn't be any stereotype for anyone. And I really see myself as both an analyst and a dancer. I mean, I love my city, I feel passionate about my research, but there are occasions the city gets hectic and noisy, and you kind of want to find a place that is more peaceful and quieter, and dancing is absolutely that place for me. When I dance, I feel so relieved, and I could focus so much better on my work afterwards. I know there are scientific truths behind it, like they both follow the principles of consistent patterns, and the fact that I study neuroscience. Research has shown that your brain works more efficient when shifted between analytical work and artistic work. I feel so fortunate to have dancing as part of my life, as a way of expressing my message to my traditional Chinese culture as well as the new Western society I live in. So I really encourage people to pursue whatever hobby you like. I think it is a wonderful way to meet people, and it is the best weapon to break those societal stereotypes.
I don't wanna be broke when I DIE. Wanna be living it up in VIP. Tryna get in the club, they wanna CID. Want me to wear nice shoes and a TIE. I've been working and getting by, but that ain't enough to satisfy. Cause I got dreams for you and I, so I got money on my mind. So if you wanna stack it up, man, you gotta work for it. Ain't nobody gonna be doing it for you. I got dreams and I got time, but that ain't enough to get me by. So I'll stack it up and I gotta work for it. Yeah, I got money on my mind. I got money on my mind. I don't wanna be broke when I DIE. Wanna be living it up in VIP. Tryna get in the club, they wanna CID. Want me to wear nice shoes and a TIE. I've been working and getting by, but that ain't enough to satisfy. Cause I got dreams for you and I, so I got money on my mind. So if you wanna stack it up, man, you gotta work for it. Ain't nobody gonna be doing it for you. I got dreams and I got time, but that ain't enough to get me by. So I'll stack it up and I gotta work for it. Yeah, I got money on my mind. I got money on my mind.
Dance, live, love.
Dance like you have never danced before.
Give the belly no TIP, but like him, I got dreams and they BIG. Try to be